go to break, let's talk about some accidents waiting to happen and how to stay safe at home, okay?
Yeah.
So, number one on the list, underground utility lines. Planning to plant a tree or put up a fence? Listen up. It's crucial to know the location of any underground utility lines before you get down to the business of digging. Very good point.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to be playing with that.
Many times.
That would not be pretty.
And the neighbors won't be impressed.
No.
In case you cut
Our
off
power's
the
out.
lines. Yeah.
Clogged dryer vents. This is a big one.
Yeah.
Everybody, right now listening, after the show, in 15 minutes, I want you to go outside and check your dryer vents.
Mm-hmm.
That is a big
Yeah.
fire hazard. And people's dryer vents get clogged.
You can actually buy to fit on the end of your vacuum. I mean,
Yes.
it's not it's not a professional grade, but you can actually get one to clean it out.
Or if you have kids, they've got really small arms,
Yeah,
and
just
they
stick
can
'em in
get their
there.
arms up there and they can pull it out.
Jeez.
Works really well.
Yeah. Just put your head in there for a second. Dad! I can't
Anything you hear, we're gonna have a disclaimer on the show. Anything you hear on this show,
Yes.
It's
don't
not,
try it.
it's not
Do
endorsed
not
by
do
Try it
Dan.
at home.
yeah. Next, power tool injury. When using power tools, wearing the proper gear is nearly as important as practicing the right technique. Always don basic protective equipment, goggles to shield your eyes from debris, work gloves to prevent cuts, earplugs to guard against hearing damage, and closed-toe shoes to minimize the impact of fallen items. Next,
Yeah.
poor ventilation. Paint and stains contain high levels of VOCs, unless you're using Benjamin Moore at Gemus Home Center. So, an exposure can cause negative side effects like dizziness, eye and lung irritation, fatigue, headaches, or worse. To minimize these symptoms, always maintain proper ventilation when painting an indoor space. Open all windows and position an exhaust fan toward the window to help paint fumes travel outdoors, or use a window-mounted box fan to achieve the same effect. That's a huge one. You know, when Dewey's Home Center started carrying Benjamin Moore last year, one of the coolest things was that their colorant, because oftentimes paint companies have low or zero VOCs paints, but people don't realize the colorant is where all the VOCs are, right?
I didn't know
so
that.
the darker the paint, the higher the VOC level. Benjamin Moore is the only company that has the Gen X system, which all the colorant is zero VOC.
Really?
It's really cool, yeah. And on top of that, all their paint is low to zero VOC, but they have Natura, which is the greenest paint on the market. And so, if you watch the commercials, Natura is painted in babies in nurseries
Oh,
while
right,
the baby's still
yeah.
sleeping in the crib. They have the crew of painters in the room painting. And
So the only thing that will wake the baby up is the parents arguing about who's doing the worst job decorating.
exactly,
Yep.
who's supposed to who painted that? Who
What
cut
did
that?
Tim use for the basement?
I have no idea. So, next, incorrect fuel storage, which is accidents waiting to happen and how to stay safe. If your outdoor tools power up on gasoline, you can't get around storing at least one canister at home for the day your machine runs on empty. When you do store the flammable fuel in your garage, though, you must take a certain number of precautions to prevent combustion. Check your local fire codes for caps on how much you can store in one location, which is a very good point. We have had clients and friends lose homes because of combustion. We have good friends of ours
Really?
whose house burnt down to the ground.
Oh, that's...
Overnight, their can of stain combusted on the back patio, burnt the house down to the ground. So that's a very, very
Serious thing.
So there you go. There's some issues, some accidents waiting to happen, and how to stay safe. So be cautious out there, folks. When we come back, we're going to talk about some listings that we want to feature and tell you all about, as well as some other few things. Okay, lots more to come right here on the Dan Gemus Real Estate Show.